This is Crime Cruise, Love Boat Exposed. Saturday on the Love Boat. The podcast that hunts down and tears apart shenanigans on this classic TV show.
I see an awful lot of bodies who really have nothing to be ashamed of.
When laws, morals, and behavior go rogue.
She's a student of marine biology, and I know a lot of Marines who like to study her biology.
We are there.
Saturday on the Love Boat, Julie's game to join an all-male club, but she's shocked at the things they ask her to do.
Now, from Studio 109, welcome aboard.
I think it's time you and I got to know each other better.
A man gets very lonely at sea.
Yes, I can imagine.
Hell yes. We are sailing, and I am Rob Springer. I'm here with
Charlotte Jones.
And over on the West Coast, we have...
Ahoy.
Producer Caleb on special assignment on the West Coast.
I got very used to producer Caleb sitting over there.
I did too,
in that
and I have to
corner.
say, it's been sad.
One beautiful thing, though, and I really use that word precisely, is I do see producer Caleb on a screen, so we get that experience.
And we do, and he does have a captain's hat on.
Captain Merrill Steubing hat, and it's a beautiful thing to observe, and always wear that for us, if nothing else, since you're not here.
I actually don't take it off. I go
Oh,
everywhere
wonderful.
with it.
I'm sure
See
they
me
love
at Walmart
that.
wearing it, see me at school wearing it,
Love
see me
it.
sleeping while I'm wearing it.
I hope it's on your school ID too, your photograph.
Oh, it is, 100%.
Oh, good, okay.
Well, Charlotte, Caleb, I do know this. We have new people listening to the show every week, and because that's the case, we kind of throw them a little synopsis of what the show's all about. And who am I going to ask to explain the show?
Caleb.
Okay.
Caleb, oof.
Producer
No pressure.
Caleb, a solid choice to explain the show.
Thank you.
Producer Caleb, Crime Cruise Love Boat Exposed. That's the show we're on. That's the show
Yes.
we produce. How would you explain it? What's it about?
Well, we take a deep dive into watching Love Boat back from the 70s. I've never seen the show. I've never heard of the show. Lovely Rob and Charlotte have some experience with the show. We just destroy it. We just rip it apart. All of the things that they can't get away with now, we expose them. We ridicule them. We leave them begging for mercy, but we deliver.
And I love that he said we take a deep dive. Look at him using some puns.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's real hard
So
not to.
smart, this one.
This particular episode that we present starts to approach the end of Love Boat Season 1. And it's a reflective time
It's a
for
reflective
us.
time, I would agree.
At some point in the next weeks, we will be having a best of Season 1 episode.
Love that.
Ooh.
Yes, exactly. And that will happen in a couple of weeks from now, because we are right now at episode 23 of Season 1 Love Boat. We're also going to double bonus this show. We're going to give episode 23 and 24 a home within this episode
Yes,
of ours.
we are. And I'm ready for it.
It's a concentrated, jam-packed show of, well, shenanigans.
Shenanigans and tomfoolery, as
And
Caleb
tomfoolery,
often says.
Always.
Yes.
And just so everyone knows, the Love Boat Season 1 had 25 episodes.
Is that normal for a show to have 25
I don't
in a
think
season?
so. God knows, not anymore.
Okay.
I mean,
because
with-
normally, like now, I'm like, if I could get 25 episodes of Stranger Things on Netflix, I would be so freaking happy. They give me like 8.
I mean, we
That's it.
see 8 as a basic number for bingers on Amazon or on Netflix.
And I'm tired of the 8. I want 25.
25
But
episodes.
Charlotte, do you really think that there's like law and order and organization for the Love Boat? Like they probably just threw a number at a board and was like, all right, cool, we're doing
I
25.
100% think that you're correct. They probably just threw a number on a board. Gopher probably did. He probably just threw a f***ing dart at a thing and just said, bing, ding, ding, ding.
They were probably like, hey, Doc, how many women have you slept with
Oh,
today? It's
25.
Like, 25. Like, all right.
I mean, I'm expecting an episode where the doc spins a wheel with ladies' names on it.
Oh, like
and
The
it
Price
just-
is Right?
Yeah.
Like the grand
It's gotta
prize
be
game?
coming up
Oh,
at
yeah.
some point.
Like Bozo. Let's do it.
Well, one of the things you'll see when you go to IMDb or any materials that explain the mechanics, the production of the Love Boat, is that there will be typically 3 stories, 3 different authors, and I use the term kind of loosely, 3 different script writers, and 1 director. And then we know they weave these stories into each other. Sometimes we only see 1 story or 2, sometimes all 3. It just depends on how many morals are being shattered
Exactly. Shattered.
or illegal activity is
Yep,
in
yep.
play. So with that said, we look to our first clip, which, hey, look, I'm just going to go ahead and roll it right
Let's
now.
just roll it.
People are boarding.
No security.
No security.
The weaker sex.
Well, how do you do? I'm Julie McCoy, the weak little cruise director.
Hi, Sugar. I'm Kurt Stenzel, and this is Dee Dee Donnelly, my chick.
Hi, chick. We're engaged.
Having ourselves a little early honeymoon. Right, Sugar Face?
Oh, Kurt.
It's the finest animal I've ever owned.
I hate him.
Oh, fudge.
I hate him. He said weaker sex, and then he said the best animal I've ever owned, and he grabbed her face, and let me tell you right now, she's an effing redhead. That is literally not the weakest sex. She will tear your face apart.
She's fiery, and you could tell it, but yet, at the same time, she's letting him manhandle her and talk to her that way.
I don't like that. I don't like him.
What a shitty way to start an episode, but it lands right in our target zone.
But I really like how Julie is like also not putting up with it. Like Julie was like, "Hi, I'm the weak little cruise director."
What did you think when you saw this, producer Caleb?
I mean, you guys said everything that went through my mind when I first saw this. I was like, there's no shot that they're opening this episode with something like that. But I can really agree with you guys when Julie didn't accept it. I love how Julie's whole character, this whole season, she just doesn't stand for this sexism or just blatant attacking on females. She just doesn't give it any attitude.
I think she's grown a lot.
Yes.
I think her character has definitely grown into her own as the cruise director.
And I was going to say a similar thing. In the early episodes, she kind of got stomped on.
Yeah.
Episode 1 by the captain, and then
For
as
sure.
these early episodes,
She was going to be, what was the word? Keyholed. Right? Wasn't that it?
She was going to be keyholed. And you could go ahead and look that up. It's not as dirty as you may think, but it is as deadly as you may not wish it to be.
Right.
Keyholed.
Like something no one needs to be told that's going to happen to them.
And he told her,
Period.
the boss told her, I'm going to keyhole you. I think that was episode 1 or 2, and it was rough stuff. But Julie has come into her own. You can see something's brewing, the storm behind Julie's eyes here.
Oh, yeah. She has a storm.
Yes, and I'm going to mention this. The two people that we saw on screen, the couple, as Charlotte mentioned, she is a redhead, and she's, you can tell she's she's sort of statuesque. I was going to say Amazon. I don't know.
She's one of my people.
She's one of Charlotte's people. And Charlotte, just so everybody knows, if you've seen the thumbnail on our podcast, is a fiery, very pretty redhead.
Oh, thank you, Rob.
Well, you are welcome. And the gentleman with the redhead on the Love Boat seemed to have a helmet of hair. You could tell it was 2 toupees in one somehow.
Yeah.
Which was a popular thing that happened in the 70s, especially for older guys. They just thought the more hair you can just form to your scalp, even fake hair, just the better. And
You know who also had a toupee? One of the Fratelli brothers in the Goonies. Remember?
I never saw the Goonies.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, that's right. Rob's never seen the
This is a
Goonies.
problem. Caleb, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking
His
about.
hair falls out, and he goes, I'm not wearing a toupee. He's like, yes, you are. And he like falls off. It's great. It's perfect.
I'm going to see. Hey, why don't we maybe for a bonus show just sort of take apart the Goonies in a
Take
good
apart the
way?
Goonies?
We should do that like in our next podcast. We should just watch
That
the
would be so
Goonies
good.
like 1,000 times.
We maybe bonus that show
We may,
into
yeah, okay.
the mix.
I like
of
that
our
idea.
Country's Love
I'm a
Boat
fan.
Exposed.
I agree. I
So-
support that idea.
Don't know where this episode's going. It starts literally with a bang, and here we go.
Here we
Next
go.
clip.
Hey, what's the matter? You mad at me or something?
The finest animal I own. I could have died.
Well, I meant that as a compliment. You are a fine animal.
Do you think you own me like one of your horses?
Hey, don't make any cracks about my horses. Give the big guy a kiss.
No. Come on, you don't care about me. To you, I'm just some chick.
No, you're not some chick. You're my chick.
How about I am a person?
Okay, you're a person. Now shut up before I belt you.
A male chauvinist pig.
Hey, you're damn right I am. You know what the big guy is? He is the Rock Island line. You want to ride it? You ride it like you find it. You don't like it? Adios, amigo.
Oh, yeah? Well, adios, amigo, yourself. Get out of the cabin and leave me alone.
I paid for the cabin. You want to be left alone? There's the door, baby.
I can be alone. Do that real good.
And, Angel, when you cool down, why don't you come back? I need a back rub.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, and bring me some cigarettes.
Nope, 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 and nope.
What an asshole.
Yes. Yeah.
No, on every level. She is way too hot. She could literally go out onto that cruise, onto the wherever, and find anybody.
I wonder if that happens.
I hope
Hopefully
it does. And I would have jammed my stiletto in his eyeball. Right. I don't know why she had it in her hand. That would have been in your face.
And the man does so many things that are every word out of his mouth. I'm amused by the way he refers to himself in the third person. The man says this, and the man says that.
Most narcissists do.
I don't know where the storyline's going. Caleb, is there anything we should look out for?
I will say there's a lot more clips with this redhead and this asshole.
Okay.
I'm ready to watch a redhead tear it down.
I get it.
Burn the ship down.
Here we go.
I'd like to talk to the person in charge of cabins.
Well, that's me. There's some problem?
I have moved out of my boyfriend's cabin, and I would like a cabin of my own, please.
Oh, ma'am. The ship is booked to the gunnels. There isn't a cabin I can give you.
No, I can't bear to see a beautiful woman cry. As it happens, I can help.
You can?
I'm Adam Bricker, and I have a very, very large cabin. I rattle around in there all by myself.
Wow.
Consider it yours.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Certainly.
Sweet man.
After all, as the ship's doctor, it's my job to make people feel good. Cabin C-117. The door's open.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Bricker. Thank you very much.
Yes, a girl who knows what she needs and makes it happen.
Yes. Kiss
Her
right on the...
powers of manipulation are perfect.
I had to watch that scene a couple times because it definitely did look like she just kissed him on the lips.
She did.
Did she?
She did. I just saw that. Yeah.
It definitely looked like she did, yeah.
Yeah,
nailed
well,
him.
she knows what she needs to do. She's a female. She's manipulating the situation.
And I do love how, for our listeners, they couldn't see it, but behind Doc was Gopher basically like mocking him.
Yes.
Which makes me tend to think that it's happened so many times that Gopher knows exactly what Doc is going to say. Which
Oh, he
kinda
knows
just
the entire
grosses me
script.
out.
Yeah, for sure
Yeah,
he
well,
does.
23 episodes in and I still hate Doc. There's no redeeming him.
And I'll tell you what, if the captain was there, he would be encouraging Doc even more to take hold of that redhead.
Or the captain would be taking hold of the redhead.
Yeah, he likes more like dudes dressed as redheads.
Yeah, like John Ritter's.
Like John Ritter, who's an attractive woman back from the early part of the season. Yeah. Memories. Okay, here we go.
I feel a lot better about everything.
She's in a negligee.
You know,
In the
you're a
doctor.
very sweet guy to let me sleep in your bed.
It's my pleasure.
He's got...
I'm ready.
Gee, are you going out in the corridor and that?
No, I wasn't planning to.
Oh. Where are you going to sleep?
Well, I was planning... That is... I thought we could both...
What? Sleep here? What kind of a girl do you think I am?
Excuse me.
Dee Dee, you get out of that yo-yo's bed and come back where you belong.
No, I'm staying.
You get up or so help me,
You'll what?
I'll knock your block off, Four Eyes.
Oh, wow.
Wow, the Doc takes a hit in the face.
But maybe I'm not so mad about that. Like, I'm kind of happy that someone punched him out.
Under any conditions, you'd be happy. I would be too.
I'm really happy that he got punched out.
Amen to that. Socked him, knocked him right out.
Knocked him right out.
It has to be my favorite scene in this whole series.
Yeah, knocked him right out. Slam out.
I don't even remember violence.
Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Yeah.
like regardless of the fact that it was the asshole who gave Doc the run for his money, but like, regardless of who it was,
Still,
the fact
it was
that Doc got punched.
right.
Beautiful.
Still, it was bound to happen at some point, right?
Yes, of course. Doc got punched out by the very person who should have punched him out. Just another scumbag.
Yep.
Two scumbags slugging at it.
Slugging at it.
Slugging at it, yes.
Yep.
Wow. That floored me, too.
Okay.
Okay,
well,
Doc
good.
was on the floor, and where does this episode go? Here it is. Next scene.
I'll sleep in the bathtub.
Okay, Doc. Could I ask you a question? I mean, just purely as a matter of interest.
How will I sleep in the bathtub? Haven't figured that out yet.
No, well, here we are.
two passably attractive human beings of
Oh,
the
no.
opposite sex. One of us a known lecher.
You, a lecher? I never suspected.
I'm serious. Why haven't you made an overture?
What?
Julie? That'd be like making a pass at my own kid's sister.
What is happening? Did we miss an entire segment where Julie got shit-faced or either got like roofied or something? Like, what is happening?
No, it came out of nowhere. It shocked me to my core.
Like, that is almost, that is really shocking.
I mean, the first thing that comes to mind, government experiment. The boat has been gassed with some kind of experimental
So we have a ghost ship situation happening right
chemical,
now?
or we've sailed into the Bermuda Triangle, even though this is in the Pacific.
I literally never thought in my life that I would see Julie ask the doc why he hadn't hit on her yet.
Wow.
Like, I would not be offended if the doc didn't hit on me. I would just think he would think I was a better person.
So she's feeling bad about herself because the doc never hit
Yes.
on her. And she's already...
But everyone else has hit on her.
And why wouldn't the doc do her?
The
Because
doc
it's like
said
his
that it's like
kid
I know he
sister.
said that. He's just saying that, though.
He would totally do her.
Of course, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, of course. He just needs her to beg.
Good God, where does this episode go?
I don't know. We got one more clip. Let's do it.
All right, here.
I'm excited.
I'm pressing the play button.
I'm sorry I called your name.
Did you think of me as a person?
Dee Dee, the big guy definitely thinks of you as a person.
Do you love me?
Hey, he's the Pope Catholic. Hey, you know when you kicked out the doc, he really must have been sore, huh?
He's pinning
No,
her down.
actually, he's very much a gentleman.
Oh, sure, I'll bet. Hey, listen, how about going back to our cabin and really getting this honeymoon underway, huh?
Oh, no, it's no, not really a honeymoon.
Yeah, well, why wait till the last minute?
Somebody may come in the door.
So what?
So what?
Yeah.
So, what's the matter with you? What do you mean, so what? You're some kind of a...
Of a what?
Just get out of here. Would you just get out of here and leave me alone? Go on.
You want to get out? You got to get out.
You, Parker.
Good job. That was basically sexual assault.
She should have said, are you some
Yeah.
kind of a rapist?
That's what she should have said.
She definitely was trying to say that, but I don't know if Love Boat could have gotten away.
Caleb, they've gotten away with everything.
I know.
They've gotten away with priests with kids.
But we know you can rape on the Love Boat. You just can't say it. You can't call the man a rapist that's raped you.
Oh, right.
Not on the Love Boat.
But I think in the
Yeah,
70s also there were like things against you, like you can't technically be raped if someone's your partner. You know what I mean? Like all that bullshit too.
Yeah. Imagine if she were a smaller girl, like a petite thing. And she's a great looking girl. She's about his size. And
She's bigger than she is. She could take him.
And
She could
that's
curb that motherfucker.
she was able to defend herself. If she was like the little nurse from that previous episode
No.
that the doc was all over.
Well, she's a redhead. She's not going to take shit.
Yeah, that's true. Also a little bit insane.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, okay. Which is good in this case.
Which is good, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Well, that seemed to be the end of this episode 23, and we're going to take a little break, and we will come back with the beauty of episode 24.
We'll be right back with more Love Boat Exposed. Go to loveboatexposed.com to send us a message, leave a voicemail, or learn more about the show and our team. Who knows? You might just be invited to the captain's table.
It's a pleasure to welcome you aboard. I'm speaking for my entire crew.
And we're back again with the second half of this double episode, Love Boat Season 1, Episode 24, we're about to cover right now. Producer Caleb, what do we need to know, or do we just go in hot?
I would say just going hot, but I'm like pretty sure there is a former prostitute present.
Yay! I love former prostitutes.
Finally. Have we had prostitutes anywhere
Not
else?
yet. Not one that admitted it.
So.
Yeah, no, we didn't. We had showgirls, a couple
We
of
did
them.
have a showgirl.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
That isn't the same thing.
No.
Not that being a prostitute is a bad thing. Like, girl,
No.
make your money.
No. Hey, sex work. I did it for 4 years.
Oh, I know you did.
So we don't talk about it.
Wow.
But I'll mention it from time to time.
Dude, there is nothing wrong with it. You got to make your money where you got to make your money. Know your strengths.
My strengths are my elbows.
Know your strengths.
We know producer Caleb does have an OnlyFans where he features his elbows, as you just
Yes.
heard. He revealed that somewhere mid-season.
Yes, in the pregnant lady episode.
Right. And by the way, I refer to myself as gigolo because it's
I
a
like
fun
that.
word.
I like that.
Wow.
Richard Gere was kind of a
American Gigolo, right? But then there was also Deuce Bigelow, Gigolo. What was that one? What was that one with Rob Schneider,
yeah.
which is the grossest idea ever. Who would
Deuce
want to
Bigelow.
pay him to anybody?
well said. Harshly said, too, by the way.
No, but the best Gigolo movie that I've seen was the one with Patrick Dempsey where he delivers pizza. It was an 80s film when the girl, they had an agreement where she wore this outfit and she spilled red wine all over it and he paid for it and they did a whole thing. It was a whole, I'm looking it up because I feel like an idiot that I don't know the name of this movie right now.
Wow. Okay, as Charlotte does look up this information, producer Caleb, what's your favorite gigolo or story, movie, or TV show? Anything come to mind? Anything that you enjoyed?
Can't Buy Me
I
Love.
can't even make anything up.
Okay, we just got a report back from the field.
Can't Buy Me Love is the name of the movie. It was genius. He was a pizza delivery guy.
Okay.
He was a
I couldn't
nerd.
even make anything up to make anything funny. I've got nothing related to gigolos.
Caleb, you got to
because-
watch Can't Buy Me Love. It is a rite of passage. You have to watch it.
All right, I'll put it on my watch list.
Of course,
Yes.
the classic hooker movie is
Pretty Woman.
yes, Pretty Woman. You've seen that, producer Caleb?
I don't think I have. No.
Oh, no.
Right.
We got a lot. I got to send him a list of movies to watch.
It's fun at times, and there's even an undercurrent of sadness, obviously. And there's really a bad scene that's kind of violent, and it involves Jason Alexander from Seinfeld.
It does. He plays a dickhead.
Wow.
Yeah, a John who goes
Rogue. Let's do it.
Well, Dottie here just came off that banana and coconut diet. You see, it didn't take off any weight, but boy, can she climb trees.
Oh, my God.
Awful. That's just awful. Isn't that awful?
Just awful. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I mean, that's a funny story.
Yeah, so how come you're laughing so loud? Afraid of disturbing the peace or something?
Excuse me. I think this is my seat.
I like the one you came in with. I thought it was cuter.
What?
wow.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
These last couple episodes, they are really
piling it on, aren't they?
That-
I've never wanted to punch somebody more in my life. This little guy who is nothing to be looked at, and his wife is really attractive older woman. He has no right to belittle her about her diet. And then to tell some young girl, oh, I like the seat you came in with.
Also, a special appearance by another icon from a bygone era. Do you know who the woman is that walked in with her, seat? That was original Mickey Mouse Club Mouseketeer Annette Funicello.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Okay, let me watch her again because I really do like her.
We'll see her again, I'm guessing.
I'm sure we'll see her again. I really do like Annette Funicello.
And we just saw the Valentine's Day episode a week ago or so, and in it was
Frankie Valli.
Yeah. Who was another
Mouseketeer.
fellow Mouseketeer.
Yeah, so
Were they
close.
married? I know they did movies together.
They could have been because I remember they did all those beach movies together.
Yeah, there are a bunch of them. They did a stack of California beach movies. In fact, word on the street is that you moved to California because of those movies.
Oh, that's exactly the reason I moved to California. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
You are wild.
I am out of control.
All right, producer Caleb, thoughts on this scene or just
Back to the beach.
Back to the beach.
Had Annette Funicello. That was the first beach movie I ever saw as a kid. Back to the beach, and I had Annette Funicello, and I think Frankie Valli was in it too.
No, I always thought those movies were great. It always made me want to go to California, actually. And the first time I ever went to the beaches of California, I ran into that angry Pacific Ocean.
And you froze your ass off.
Freezing. It was not like they portrayed it.
No, of course not. I lived in California for 22 years. I think I went to the beach 12 times in 22 years. Maybe.
I will say, when I first went to California and we saw the beaches, I was, now maybe it's just because I'm from Australia, but I was a little underwhelmed. I was like, wow, this is California Beach? This is like LA? Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's it? All right.
Well, I will say, I know we talk a lot of shit about places that we're from, but South Carolina beaches are pretty badass.
They are.
Because they're like bath water. And it's beautiful, nice sand, and there's no rocks and no crazy currents or great whites that I have to worry about when I'm out in the water.
There's a good variety of them, too.
Yeah.
We've got funky beaches.
Yep, funky.
And we've got...
hippie beaches.
Hippie beaches.
And we got bourgeois beaches.
Oh, sure we do.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You guys don't have any nude beaches, do you?
Maybe, probably. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, but you know what, Caleb? It's always the people at the nude beaches you don't want to see nude that are nude. So like,
100%.
no one wants
Yeah.
to go to those places.
This one time when I was living in
band
France,
camp.
little short story. My host mom was like, "Hey, Caleb, we're going to the beach." I was like, "All right, sweet." So I got all my beach stuff ready, go to the beach, sit down, put my towel on. I look up and see this old man's genitals. And I was 14, by the way, and then I looked around and I realized that no, everyone was butt-ass naked. It wasn't just this old man. My host mom took me to a nude beach.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Was your host mom nude too? Is this a Pornhub situation happening?
She was nude too. I was the only one in clothes because there's no way.
This could be a video. You could get a lot of views on this right now.
Do you remember earlier in the season, producer Caleb had a house mom story from like France?
He has lots of house mom stories.
Dear.
This Caleb, poor kid.
Well, here's one final beach thought as we close down the topic, I'm guessing for now anyway.
Yeah.
Many people do not know this, but the story of Point Break was inspired by producer Caleb.
Oh, I love
It's true.
this.
I know.
It's true, yeah.
Keanu and Patrick Swayze.
Can
was
you
that
guess
who did
which
Point
one
Break?
was based on producer Caleb?
Probably Keanu.
You want
Yeah, you're right.
You want to reveal
You're
it?
right.
Okay, so
It
It was Keanu
It was
and Patrick,
Keanu.
right?
Yeah.
Wasn't
Yeah.
it? Okay,
Patrick
I want to make
Swayze.
sure I wasn't
Yes.
correct, incorrect for like the people out there viewing. Like I'm pretty
Yeah,
quick
Keanu
on my
Reeves
feet.
lived with
Everybody.
me for a week. He learned my personality, learned my behaviors, and then he did Point Break.
He's literally one of the best humans on the planet, though.
I know.
He is a really good human.
You
He
can't
is.
find a crack in that man.
I'm sure he has some, but he
No,
is
he
a
doesn't.
really good human.
He's a good guy.
Yeah,
He's a good guy.
he's a good guy.
All right. Well, I'm just pondering everything we just said. Here we go.
It's a great idea, this trip. Couples got to get away once in a while to kind of rekindle the old fire, you know, get those juices flowing again.
The lady's yawning.
Nice going, Myrna.
What'd I do?
You just took all those juices and dumped them right in the ocean. Will you look at yourself? Why don't you go all the way? Why don't you put on a parka and some mucklucks?
What the?
Dude.
What's a muckluck?
I don't know, but like, who is he? She literally just
She-
came out of the bathroom ready for bed, and he's like,
He's
"Look at
ready for bed.
yourself."
This is her This is what she normally looks like her every day
Oh my
when she goes to
God.
sleep, and he
I
just
cannot.
belittled her.
No. If I'm not the best looking thing you've ever seen coming out of a bathroom, then we have a problem. We have a problem.
But he's all spiffy there, like this vest, and he's got his
I feel like
hair
he's like
slicked
jacked
back.
up on like something.
He's
like
coked up.
Viagra
He's
or something.
coked up.
I don't
He's
know.
early Viagra'd
I
up.
don't know, but he needs to take a chill pill.
I don't know what he's going to do with his lady going to bed with her curlers on now. I mean, I think he's out there to hit the town, the boat,
Well-
to hit the, Lido deck.
But it's just such bullshit that like they expect you to look perfect all the time, and then he is not an attractive individual anyway. He is lucky to be with her, and she looks damn good with curlers in her hair,
Producer
and
Caleb,
that moo on or whatever the fuck it is,
mucklucks.
muckluck.
Yeah.
Mucklucks on the fur car. Yeah.
Oh God. God.
Do you all deal in mucklucks down there in Australia?
That's actually our form of currency, yeah.
Okay,
It's
good. I'm glad to
mucklucks,
hear
not
that.
dollars.
Mucklucks.
And here we go.
Big deal, so I'm wearing a flannel nightgown. I wear it because I get cold.
Yeah, and because you wear it, I get cold.
Well, for your information, you know who else wears a flannel nightgown?
No, who?
Raquel Welch.
Right. I always get you two mixed up.
Where are you going?
I'm going to get a drink.
The bars are closed by now.
Swell. I'll be first in line for tomorrow.
I have no reason to understand why he's so pissed at her.
I know, right?
It's not like the first time they ever
100%.
slept with each other.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Well, she's
ridiculous.
She's an older actress. She's from one of those classic sitcoms. Jane Meadows. Is that Ralph Cramden's wife from The Honeymooners?
I don't know, but Jane Meadows is a great stage name if I've ever heard one.
Yes, that's her, I think. Don't know who he is. He's a blowhard, that's for sure.
He's a blowhard. He sucks.
Would you mind leaving, Ray?
Come on, we're old friends.
I've given up the business.
Oh, yeah? How about that guy I saw you all afternoon with? What is he, some long-lost cousin?
He's just a nice guy.
Oh, well, I'm a nice guy, too. Only I'm a nice guy with a $100 bill.
Goodbye, Ray.
Come on, kid. You play your cards right, you'll have enough money to pay off this trip for the whole cruise.
The answer is no. Now just get out!
You wouldn't want that nice guy to find out what you do for a living, would you?
I told you, I am through with that now. Just get out!
Are you kidding? You'll never change.
I hate him.
Wow. Your thoughts on that hard-ass scene?
Yeah, that was just straight blackmail. I mean,
I don't like him at all.
No, and the sad thing is the rest of this episode is incredibly underwhelming because the next scene we see with this former prostitute and this old man, the old man is like, oh man, listen, I'm sorry for what I said. I hope you and this guy really, really like each other. And like that was the whole conclusion. It was a 2-scene long thing. And the rest of the episode was kind of a letdown for just such a high opening.
How much was $100 worth back then? Because you could not have paid me $20,000 to sleep with him. I'd like to know, because gross. He's gross.
Well, this episode had a lot of stereotypes from old Hollywood films and actors. You had, like, dames. You have,
dames. We got dames.
You got hookers.
Oh, we got hookers and dames.
You got these rough guys that are kind of either Italian or Jewish, but they're probably from New York. And listen, baby, they come across a certain way. It's all like tough guys.
All right, Charlotte. So $100 in, I just said 1979. I don't know when this episode came out.
Okay, tell me.
$440.
Nope, not gonna do it.
I gotta tell you something, and I got a bone to pick with you, producer Caleb. You told us,
I know what you're talking
yeah, you
about.
know, because I actually went to that episode and had to cut out most of my strong disagreements with you, and I just let it lie on the floor like a dying fish. And you know what that was. Producer Caleb said, well, you want to tell her?
Yeah, so we've had this conversation before, and the website I used, instead of like 1970 or whatever, it went down to 1870 something. And I said like $200 was like 40 grand or some outlandish something
That's
like
amazing.
that.
But we are sure that like in 1979 or 1978, like $100 was like 400. Is your thing correct? I was concerned last time, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
Like,
you
that's
guys
a lot
were
of money.
freaking out. And I was like, yeah, no, that's right.
If I had that much money in the purser thing, I would have gotten off at Acapulco and been like, peace, bitches.
Well, what have we learned today? We learned that when producer Caleb falls, he falls hard.
He does, but he admits it. He's like, he admits when he messes
he admits
up.
it 3 weeks later.
But he did.
Yeah. Well, okay. By the way, what you said was $70 was $19,000.
No, that's not what he said. It was like $600 and something.
No, it was when... boys laughing at all this.
Is it not that time?
It was definitely like $70. You're right.
It was
Rob.
$70. A card shark
I respect
who was ripping off the crew. Caleb, for some reason, grasped onto $70 and he turned it into $19,000. And then you said, nope, $19,000. And then Charlotte, you agreed with him. 2 episodes, 1 show. Where else are you going to get that?
Nowhere.
Well, that wraps up this week's episodes. And
This was a
producer
fun
Caleb,
one.
yeah, it was a fun one. And what's your line, producer Caleb?
Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share with a friend, and we will see you on the boat next week.
We're sailing away, but we will be back with a new episode of Crime Cruise, Love Boat Exposed. Make sure to subscribe. We're on all your favorite podcast platforms. And connect with us at loveboatexposed.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure, but I have duties on the bridge. Good evening.